Okay, we are on lesson 2, central angles and arc measures. So we need to go ahead and fill our notes in here at the top. A central angle is an angle with its vertex at the center of the circle, and its two sides are radii. That is the plural of radius. So we don't say radiuses, we say radii. The sum of all central angles in a circle is, of course, 360 degrees. Example of a central circle would be angle ABC. So this angle I just traced over here, the center of that would be 84 degrees. Now we're going to talk about arcs. So central angles are in the center of the circle. Arcs are the part of the circle that are formed on the outside. So the degree of the arc formed by the endpoints of a central angle is equal to the degree of the central angle. For example, these are my endpoints. I thought I switched color. Let me try again. These are my endpoints. They form this arc. So the curved part represents the arc on the outside of the circle. So it says if the 84 is the central angle, then the blue part I just highlighted, the arc, is also 84 degrees. So notice they have the measure of arc, the arc AC is 84 degrees. Now I'd ask us to go ahead and find the measure of ADC, arc ADC. And so arc ADC, we have to trace that in order. So we have to go A, tricolor switch, A to D, then to C. Now I want you to notice we learned two different types of arcs in your vocabulary. You had a minor arc, which was less than 180 and is represented by 2 letters. And then you have a major arc, which is more than 180, and it's always going to be represented by 3 letters. So arc AC, the blue, is going to be the minor arc. It's 84 degrees less than 180. The arc ADC, highlighted in the peach, is going to be a major arc, and it's going to be more than 180. So how do I determine that? Well, I know the whole circle is 360. I know the blue part is 84, so I'm going to subtract that, and that's going to give me a total of 276 degrees. Okay, we're going to complete problem 1 using this idea. So we're going to find angle and arc measures. Notice we're finding several of them right here. My suggestion is to always go find all your measures on your circle. So we're going to find all these measures, and then we'll go answer the questions over there, because all we'll have to do is add, subtract, or just write the answer. So the first one that I'm going to find is I look for any central angles they gave me, and they gave me this being 21, which means from J to K, because that's the endpoints, that is 21 degrees. So that's my first starter. Then I go look for anything that is a diameter, because diameters cut our circle in half, which gives us 180 degrees. So I notice JL is a diameter. So if JL is a diameter, I'm going to erase that for a second, then that means the blue piece plus finishing that all out. So I'm going from J all the way around to L. That blue piece and that peach piece have to add to be 180 degrees. To find out how much the peach is, I'll just do 180 minus 21, which will get me 159. And that tells me this little peach piece right here is going to be 159. Now I can do the same idea with the diameter, and I can use KM as my diameter now. When I do that, I get the other half of the circle. So I'm going to use a different color to help you represent. So I again have the blue piece, and finishing out the 180 or half circle, JM has to combine with 21 to be 180. Well, we just did that math. 180 minus 21 was 159. And that leaves us with our final little piece down here. Now, if you notice, we have some special angles showing up in this. Right here, if I can trace it, these are vertical angles. They're opposite angles. So they're coming back just like I said they would and showing up in other math. And so what that means is this is congruent to this. So if JK, arc JK is 21 degrees, then arc ML is also 21 degrees. So we're going to use all that information to come over here now and answer all our questions. So it wants the measure of JK. let me say that again. I didn't say it right. The measure of arc JK. So arc JK is the little blue piece on the outside, so it's 21 degrees. Now notice the next one wants the measure of angle JNM. That's on the inside. So we're going to trace JNM. So that's wanting this little piece here, which would be the same as the red piece. So it's 159. Then we need the measure of KL. So K to L would be the peach piece. So it's 159 again. Forgetting to put my little degree symbols. Notice those are both minors, so they should be less than 180. But when I get to the next one, it's actually going to be a major because it has 3 letters. So measure of arc JKM. So I have to trace from JKM. Let me see if I can find a light color here that might show up. Let's try yellow. So JKM, all the way around. That included 3 pieces. It included the blue, the peach, and the green. So I have to add all those numbers together. When I add all those together, I'll get 201. Oh, y'all can't see that. Hold on. I'll get 201. So let's talk about what I added together again. I added the blue 21, the peach 159, and the green 21 all together to get that. Now we need to go ahead and we need to get the measure of major arc MKL. And so we're going to trace that one out and see what it looks like. Let's try a black real quick. Let me clean this up on the inside. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and use the black to trace this out. So I have to start with M, and I have to go in the order that these letters are given. In other words, I can't get to L until I've went through K. So here we go, starting at M. M to K, then to L. So I basically have included every piece except for the original green piece. So if I add those together, that'd be 159 plus 21 plus 159. Or I could think of another way. The whole entire circle is 360 degrees. I'm just leaving out or subtracting off the little 21 degrees. So if I do 360 minus 21, I would get 339, which would be the same thing if I was to add 159, 21, and 159 together. All right, let's see what the same idea looks like when we're finding each value or measure and we have a little bit of unknown. So we have expressions in this. We're going to have to do an equation. So first of all, look at what they gave us. So I noticed they gave us arc ST is 26, and they gave us arc R to S is 15x minus 26. So the question is, how are these two related? Are they equal? Do they add to be 180? Do they add to be 90? Those are the 3 questions you're going to ask yourself. So when I look at these two right here, I'm going to see if there's a diameter that connects them. In other words, I'm going to go from their endpoints, draw all the way across, and that is a diameter. R to T is a diameter. So that means that these two together add to be 180. So 15x minus 26 plus 26 equals 180. So notice your 26's in this will cancel, and you get 15x equals 180. Divide by the 15, and x would equal 12. Now I'm going to go ahead and set up number 7 for you just so you can see another scenario. But if you look at number 7, you'll notice these are vertical angles, which make them equal to each other. So you get 8x plus 12 equals 10x minus 22. Once you figure out what x equals, you'll have to come back and plug it in for x, figure out what this actual degree is, and then you can begin to solve for these.